if there's one thing I've learned in posting videos to YouTube every day for the past 75 days, it's that you will never run out of content. So if not having enough content or being afraid that you aren't going to create enough content is holding you back, this video is for you. And in this video, I'm going to describe to you what I do on the days that I don't know what to create content with. Excuse me. And then some other ideas of content that I might have to help you start your channel. Because I think that the number one thing you need to do is just start your channel. Figure out what you need to do to get started. Because once you get started, you'll be on your way, and like it all solves itself for you. All you got to do is consistently stay disciplined and follow through with what you're doing. Because number one, like, you got to build something that's sustainable to you. And what's sustainable to me and what's sustainable to you is two different things. Where, for instance, like, I'm somebody who loves to talk, and I'm always thinking, I have all these ideas just circulating in my head, and I think like posting daily has actually helped me clear my mind, got my voice active, and got me like on this spot where I can kind of create marketing videos on the fly now, which is like the benefit that I absorb. But you might be somebody who maybe wants to do a video once a week, once a month, but I'd say just start somewhere and figure out what is sustainable for you. Because the number one thing you don't want to do when starting a new YouTube channel, or if you're posting to Instagram or whatever daily and you're getting on this new routine, make sure it's sustainable and make sure that it's not something that's going to cause more trauma or cause you to burn out. Because something that is so positive as posting and sharing your thoughts and what you're passionate about can be something that kind of like drains you when you're like, oh, this sucks. Like, why did I say I'd do this? So figure out where that line is, or that balance between effort and ease, as I'd say in a yoga class. I just taught one this morning. This is perfect. You got to find that balance between effort and ease, where it's like, it's a little bit hard and it's a little bit easy, because like that little bit of discomfort you're feeling every day is actually growth. And the more growth you feel, is crazy. As humans, we're actually not here to, comfort kills us. The more we kind of create that little bit of discomfort, and the more we can take on, the more we get to grow. The more we grow, the cooler things that happen. Whew! Didn't plan on talking about that today, but that just came in. So, but let's say you started a YouTube channel, right? Like, what are some ideas of stuff that you can talk about, or things that I've realized over this past 75 days of stuff that I never have ran out of? Is like, number one, we're all humans. We're constantly growing. We're constantly evolving. We're constantly going through shit, whether it be challenges or whether it be really cool experiences that we're growing from. No matter what, the world is constantly changing. The universe we live in is constantly changing, and our lives are constantly changing. We're constantly going through stuff. So number one, what you can do is just share your experiences. Like, what tough things are you going through? What's hard for you right now? What is challenging? Where do you plan to grow, or where are your goals, and how is this all working together? Because in speaking about that, number one, you're going to relate to other people, and there's a ton of other people going through just as hard as stuff as you, if not harder, and they're going through challenges that might be really similar to you. And by speaking out what you're going through, you could create a ton of clarity and solutions for that person. But also what I've learned is, like, in going through stuff and talking about it and processing it, number one, I'm processing it. Number two, I'm able to speak it out there, which means I've fully processed it, and by speaking it and teaching it, I'm sharing what I've learned to help somebody else bypass a shorter duration down that path. But it's also creating clarity in my head that I'm like, oh man, we made it through it. Let's go, woo! And it feels good. But it's also good to like put stuff out there that is like very like deep and I say like personally intimate. And then other people are like, yo, I'm struggling with this too. And it creates a really cool connecting piece, which I think is like a key to like building an audience and stuff too. So like, number one, you can just talk about your life, your experiences and shit you're going through, and just like put it out there in like a non-victimized way to relate to other people. And I think you'll be surprised at how powerful that is. Number two, something that I do is like these things right here. And I got another one, like The Creative Act over here by Rick Rubin. This one's Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. Like, literally reading information. This kind of goes on to that first point, is like reading information and regurgitating it, whether it be even from like podcasts, from books, from online community that you're a part of. Like, gathering any source of information and regurgitating it to people is extremely powerful. And to the degree of like a book, there's, I think, an app called Headways I used to have, and it literally is just a bunch of summaries of books put together for people who want to expedite the learning. Like, and that's essentially what you're doing. So whether you're getting information from books, podcasts, wherever the heck you're getting it, from YouTube, from my videos, like regurgitating information to other people can be extremely powerful, because not only does it expedite the lesson for them, but they can sample a bunch of information and then go back to the details if they want to, you know. Another idea, see me grab that with my foot. It's like tarot card readings. I actually love watching tarot card readings. If you guys do too, like maybe there's a little connecting piece for us because like even though they're generalized readings, number one is a point of entertainment because the person talking is just fun to watch for me. Number two is like I can feel the difference of what is for me and what's not for me. And by sometimes when I don't know what to do, whether it's even like, what am I doing today for work? Am I resting? Am I relaxing? Am I, whatever the heck I'm struggling with, I'll turn on one of those and they'll be like, you need to rest. And I'm like, that resonates. And I'm like, I'm going to believe that because it hits. Or some days they're like, you need to get your butt off the couch and get to going. And I'm like, yeah, I feel that. And I do. And it's just cool. It's like a different voice coming to me to give me ideas that I'm like, I'll buy in on that today. We can do that. So, and just like, these are very simple ones. And I'm going to, what else could we talk about? You could talk about, coffee connoisseurs, like different ways to brew your coffee or, different coffees that you might like and try and review. I think reviews are always a good thing because you can honestly share your opinion. And then what you get from those videos is you actually see how much your opinion matters. And other people might test it or relate to it, which is super cool because I think as a whole with this whole, like, you'll never run out of content is like, if you learn to express yourself and what you're passionate about, every day you're going to dip into that passion and every day you're going to have something to share. And it could be like me, it's just like finding information and sharing it with people is meaningful to you. It could be living experiences and going through them and sharing those to people. No matter what, every day you're creating and co-creating with the universe, and no matter what, you will never run out of content because you're constantly living, and if you're living, you're creating content. And if you struggle to understand that you're creating, what you might need to do is reflect and take a pause and look at yourself and be like, dang, what did I do today? Because I remember this time in my life where I was like, somebody gave me a journal and I was like, I don't journal. No, thank you. And then what do you know? I started journaling and then I realized, and one of the questions was like, what did you do today? And I was like, oh, that question got so annoying because I just like write for pages and pages at a time in my life when I didn't feel like I was doing anything. I started journaling and then I was like, whoa, no wonder I'm exhausted. I'm doing so much that I can't even remember what I'm doing. And I was like, oh, how enlightening. So just remember, like, there's always chances to grow in life and there's always things that we're doing whether we're aware of it or not. So sometimes taking a pause to look at it and really see what we're doing, that we can start to see the truest essence of ourselves that we might be overlooking or might be bypassing. And yeah, you'll never run out of content, I promise. Whether you're posting to Instagram, whether you're posting to YouTube, whether you're posting to LinkedIn or X, whatever you're doing, you're never going to run out of content. And if you do, just experience life more. Go live a little bit and then share with the world with what you're doing, what you experienced, and what happened. Because no matter what, you will never run out of content. That's all I got for y'all. Peace out. Have a good day.